here, back with another upload. Today, I'm going to answer the question which I get asked every single day is why I don't play professional baseball anymore. So the best way to tell this story is I got to start from the day I got drafted and work my way to where I'm at today. So basically, I got drafted back in 2010 by the Baltimore Orioles in the 13th round out of Mount Olive College. So when I was at Mount Olive College, that was probably the first time in my career I got good hitting instruction, as well as just, overall. They taught me aspects of the game and unlocked tools that I naturally had by teaching me the fundamentals, teaching me the mechanics of it and the mindset. So I ended up setting what is still a school record, 446 batting average at Mount Olive College. I hit 17 home runs that year. Stole 26 bags. It was just a fantastic year. Put myself on the map. Ended up getting drafted by the Baltimore Orioles. So my first 2 years with the Orioles, I was in rookie ball and then in low A. And, I struggled my first season. And second season, I came out swinging hot, but ended up falling into a little bit of a slump there. Halfway through the season and towards the end. So second season wasn't too great. Kind of up in the air as far as what was going to happen going into my third year with the Orioles. And I show up to spring training and we had a new hitting coach, Mike Bollinger, who was one of my favorite hitting coaches I ever had. He ended up teaching me some more about the game and get me to understand the importance of rhythm and timing. And that was a big thing I had an issue with going from, deep Division II metal bats to professional with wood bats. And I had the strength, I had the bat speed and all that. It's just never really understood that it was the rhythm and the timing that was screwing me up. So he ended up, teaching us a few things. And one day, I think it was probably after our third game in spring training, I was feeling great. I was seeing the ball well, but I was late on everything. And that's when he taught me, he called it dancing with the pitcher. He wanted me to load when the pitcher was pulling back to throw, I was pulling back to hit. When he was, coming forward to throw, I was coming forward to hit. And it kind of created that early feeling of rhythm, and I never was rushed. And it just clicked with me. And I ended up getting myself promoted. So I played out the rest of the spring. I think I hit around 420 or something like that in spring training, and got myself promoted to Frederick Keys, which is high A for the Orioles, and ended up having a stud team. Had a lot of great ball players on that team. We had Dylan Bundy, we had Kevin Gosman, Ty Kelly, Aaron Baker, a lot of big name guys. And so I ended up starting the season hot, and I think I was hitting about 340 through the first month of the season. And I got a concussion saving a no-hitter, making a dive and play in the outfield. I hit my head off the warning track and ended up with a concussion. Was out for 7 days, came back, and wasn't as hot, but I was still swinging the bat well. Earned myself a spot in the All-Star game. So I was in the High A All-Star game in 2012. So, it was me, Ty Kelly, and Dylan Bundy that were there at the All-Star game, but there was a lot of big names in that game. There's George Springer, Billy Hamilton, Xander Bogaerts, Jackie Bradley Jr., Travis Shaw. I can't even list all of them. There's so many great ball players in that game. So ended up earning my spot there. I went 0 for 1, by the way. Hit a ground out to third, but. So finish out the season, I was hitting 281, which at that level in high A in the Carolina League, it's not a very highly offensive league. So I did well. I believe I was in the top 15 in the league in hitting, maybe for the full season. Yeah, top 15, top 10 or 15. And Now I did have like Ty Kelly and Aaron Baker end up getting promoted halfway through the season. So they're in Double A for the rest of the season. So to finish out High A, I did lead the team and went on to an off season feeling excited about 2013 and what I had to, what I had in store. So got a few calls in the off season from the director of minor league baseball, as well as the hitting coach with Double A, checking up on me, seeing how my off season was going, and let me know they're excited about, me being in Double A and all that stuff. So I was getting excited. Once you're in Double A, you're one phone call away from making it up in the big league. So I went to spring training in 2013 and in great shape, felt excited, and I was told that I was going to Double A first day of spring, and he said that the spot is not guaranteed as far as your starting role, but you're going to have to fight for a starting spot. And I said, all right, that's understandable. So he gave me something to work for in spring training. So I get out there my first day and saw my competition. I felt pretty confident. I mean, out in left field, there's Henry Uridia. He just came from Cuba, signed a big contract to come over. So kind of figured he was going to get that spot. But looked around the rest of the outfield, guys I played with before, and I played with the year before, and I felt confident going into spring training about getting my spot. So that spring training, I was splitting time with my competition, so I didn't have as many at-bats as usual, but I still hit 300. I was 6 for 20 in spring training, and I think I had 4 walks. Just getting on base and getting the rhythm back, and I felt good. So now fast forward to the last day of spring training. I just remember I was sitting at a breakfast table with a lot of high-end prospects, outfielders too. And in all honesty, I had a better season than all the guys I was sitting around. And not to take anything away from them, they're great guys, great ball players. It's just, like I said, I came off an all-star year, so I was feeling confident. So I'm in the middle of eating breakfast, and one of my old managers from one of my other teams I was on came out of the office. He's like, Nowak, BG, who was our director, wants to talk to you. So I was like, all right, So I get up out of the table, and this is the day the rosters came out. So I'm like waiting to see my name on Double A roster for the Bowie Bay Sox. So I get up out of the table and I look at the guys because they're all wondering where I'm going to go. They're trying to base where they're going to go off of where I'm going to go because I had a great season. So I got up out of the table and I still was high-spirited. I was excited. I felt great. And I turned to the table. I said, probably going to get released. It totally is a joke, not knowing what was about to happen. So I ended up getting to the office, and before my butt hit the chair, our director looked at me and he said, we're going to have to get rid of you. So I sat down and I looked around the room. I see my old managers from the years past, and I was still smiling. Almost like I didn't even hear what he said. So I look at him, I was like, so what's this about? And then he keeps going about how he's going to have to get rid of me, and they don't have room for me. Starts going on about how there's prospects that didn't make big league camp, and they're going to have to send them down to Double A, and they have prospects coming up. I was like, thinking in my head, like, wait, what is going on right now? I'm like, this can't be real life. I look around, the managers I was with, their heads were down. And then it started hitting me. I was like, holy cow, this is actually happening right now. And I broke down. That was my dream. I wanted to be a major leaguer. And I thought that season put me on the map. And in fact, I guess it didn't really do anything for me. So I asked the director, I was like, you can't let me go like this. You can't just tell me I'm gone. You got to give me a reason. You got to tell me I got to work on something. You got to tell me there's something I did or didn't do. Tell me something, And he looks at me and he says, Jeremy, you played far better than we ever thought you would. And I hate to say this, but, this is just how the business works sometimes. And, that that was like a dagger to the heart. Because it's one of those things where, you know, you have the dreams and aspirations to do something with your life, and you think you're right there, and then it just, the carpet gets pulled out from underneath you, and there's no reason. At least they didn't give me a reason. I get back in the locker room. Now, I was in tears. My manager I had in the year past, Orlando, he was in tears. He felt so bad for me. He said I did not deserve that. And I ended up getting back into the locker room, and there's Ty Kelly there. He saw me, and he kind of figured what was going on, and he was trying to comfort me. And, you know, I walked by Manny Machado, and he could kind of figure what was going on. And, you know, he patted me on the back, and he said he's sorry, man. And it's pretty much the story of me walking through the locker room. Then everyone's trying to find out what the hell's going on. How did one of our few all-stars in the minor leagues just get released before showing he could do it again? And it was a long day. It really was. And so they told me when I was leaving the office that I'd have nothing to worry about because I'm going to get picked up by someone. And it was the worst day to get released. You know, last day of spring training is not the day you want to get released. So everyone just cut down their rosters. Now you're just banking on people getting hurt and people not forgetting about you. So I tried to stay down there, train, hoping to get a call, never did. I was down there for over a month, and finally I decided I'm going to play independent ball. I didn't want to, but I figured I gotta get games in. Well, when I was in high A, I had a great mindset. I had great hitters behind me, and I always felt like I didn't have to do too much, and it kept me calm at the plate, and I feel like my head was right. I was never trying to play outside of what I can do, and it ended up being a great season. After getting released and going to independent ball, I had the mindset that I had to hit 30 home runs to get myself back in, and it's just not the way you approach baseball, especially at that level. Indie ball isn't a joke, you know. It's good competition. And I basically swung myself into a hole that I couldn't get out of, and probably ruined some opportunities. But I struggled my first year at independent ball, and next year I came back knowing full and well, you know, I knew exactly what my issues were as far as my mental approach. I did have some, looking back now, I did have mechanical issues. Now that I got to get away from the game for a little while, I was drifting a lot in my swing, and I wish I could be my hitting coach, you know, in the past. Right now, I wish I could go back and be my own hitting coach. But so I came back the next year. I had a pretty decent year in independent ball for my second year. I had some injuries I was kind of battling. Had 2 oblique strains, and those are not fun. I don't recommend those for anyone, but yeah, came back my last year, and I always told myself to keep my arm healthy. I was a two-way guy in college. I was a closer. I was, 93, 94, touch 95, and I told myself I'm gonna try to pitch my last year in independent ball, and that's what I did. They agreed to try me out as a two-way guy. 17 pitches into spring training, I blew my elbow out, and because I was throwing cutters, I just thought they were awesome and they move a lot, and I felt my elbow pop. Never got surgery. I kind of knew and felt it was going to be my last season if I didn't make it anywhere, so I didn't want to do surgery and be off the rest of the year. I just basically tried to rush through rehab, and was battling that right elbow injury for half the season, which was unfortunate. So missed out on a lot of the season my last year. Tried to get my way back, and ended up strong. My last month of the season I did well, and I had a decision. I had a contract offer for the Joliet Slammers in independent ball for the next season, but I had to weigh that decision to play independent ball, go back, or stay at home and be with family and be with my now wife. We were getting married that fall. We bought a house, and I had to weigh what I wanted. So to me, at that point in my life, it just was more important to me to stay home, be with my wife, be with my family, And I mean, I still get to play baseball. I still get to play men's league with my brother, with my good friends. You see him on my channel all the time. I get a kick out of it. I absolutely love it. And, you know, I get my fix in. As far as the baseball portion, to me, it's all the same. You know, I'm out in the field, I'm playing, and it doesn't have to be in front of thousands of people with, you know, potential major leaguers by my side for me to enjoy it. As long as you give me a bat and a glove and a bunch of guys to play baseball with, I'm all smiles. So it almost made the decision easy for me. And once I played my first couple men's league games, you know, it kind of solidified it, because I still get my fix in, and now I'm not missing out on all the family events that I missed for over 10 years between college and professional. So, you know, there's some things now that I've been away from the game, and I was able to try my swing and try to break down some things I was doing wrong in my career and make adjustments. And I honestly think I found my swing after I retired, because I have more power now than I did when I played professionally. I feel more consistent. I know I face men's league pitching, but in all honesty, I feel like I could pretty much hit against anyone. And we'll face some pretty good ball players in some of these tournaments we go to. And you know, I feel great. So, you know, is there, you know, in the back of my mind, I honestly think I could go back and definitely compete well. You know, if I was with the Orioles, I think I could fit into their lineup somewhere. And I think I could blend in there, you know, maybe stand out a little bit compared to some of the guys they have in there right now. But I honestly think some of their decisions with their prospects in the years I was there didn't pan out too well for them. But it is what it is. You know, I'm a big believer in things happen for a reason. And I think I am here in my position right now in life for a reason. And I have no regrets at all. I gave it all my heart to play this game. I love it. I still do. I'll play as long as I can. And I really enjoy making these videos and helping guys out. I get constant messages all the time from guys I've helped out, you know, weeks, months ago. And they're just messaging me, thanking me for helping them with their swing and sending me videos of them crushing the baseball and stuff. And I get such a kick out of that. You know, if I was that age, if I was back and I was searching for help and I was getting it and it was working, you know, I would absolutely love it too. So, you know, I really do enjoy it. But yeah, that's my story. You know, I hope it helps you guys out. I hope it doesn't, you know, hurt you guys too much to think that it can end like that, but that's just the reality of the game. But it doesn't take away from the hard work you put into it. You know, like I said, I have no regrets, and I have so many memories that I'll never let go, and so many friends that I still have that play professionally in the bigs. And you know, I could go to pretty much any major league game and I'll know, you know, at least a couple guys in the field. So that part feels great. You know, obviously I'd love to be there signing $430 million contracts. I wouldn't be that good, but as far as that goes, I hope it does. My story at least helps you guys out with maybe situations you're in, trying to understand things that are above your head, and that's the name of the game. You know, control what you can control. That was something I could not control, so to let it eat me away and you know, make me hate the game or make me regret what I did would be wrong, you know, because I can't make those decisions. All I could do is go out there and play. So, but other than that, all my other videos will be a little more high-spirited than this one, but I know a lot of you guys asked this question, so there's my answer. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will have a hitting tips video posted next. If you have any requests or anything as far as impersonations, hitting tips, anything, as always, leave them in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think of the video about my story. I really do appreciate it. And thanks again for the consistent support. You know, the channel keeps growing and growing, and I'm enjoying it. All right, thanks for watching.